Hey everybody, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. This is Kana and you're in my corner, and I'm speaking with our very special guest. Would you like to say hi?
Hi, I'm LittleKuriboh. How's it going?
And that's how you approach everybody.
That's exactly how I talk all the time.
So I'm so excited to actually have you back on because this is kind of a big deal for us. You know, you were one of the first interviews I ever got to do, and we brought you back on for the birthday. So it's really cool actually to sort of have, I guess, maybe a tradition, maybe.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind doing this. I don't mind doing it every year if you need me to.
Well, only if you want to.
I don't mind being on as a regular thing. I think that's pretty cool because you guys. It's been really cool to watch you guys sort of grow. I mean I haven't really kept up to date every single week or anything, but I've seen you go from being what seemed like a relative unknown thing to actually having loads and loads of people in the chat and going to conventions and stuff. And I don't know how that's been for you guys, but it seems like it must have been pretty cool.
Aw, yeah, it actually has. I mean, it's been a lot due to you and to a bunch of other people we've had on and to the great people listening, so we love the support. But before we get on too much onto 91.8 The Fan, let's talk about you. Because you're here. Why not?
Hi, yes.
Obviously, 2010 is over. Do you have any of the New Year, goals, anything like that?
I just want to write more. I think that's my goal is to write more. Not necessarily Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged stuff or anything. Just I like writing. I recently thought about the whole should I be a voice actor, which is what everybody thinks that I want to be, which is kind of because with abridging in general, a lot of people get into it because they want to be voice actors. And I know that Team 4-Star, and I'm not saying it's a bad reason, I think it's a good reason, but I know most of Team 4-Star got into it because that's one of their aspirations is to become voice actors because they admire that sort of thing so much. But I haven't really had that much experience with the whole thing. And I don't know my Vic Mignonas from my Spike Spencers, so I feel more like I started doing this because I wanted to write things that entertain people and made people laugh and stuff. So I think writing in general, I think, is something I'm going to focus more on.
I think voice acting a lot gets, cooped up with animation. Ironically, I at one point wanted to be a voice actor when I was a little bit, no offense, a little bit, stupider and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just, that'll be fun, like many anime fans. And now
Right.
I'm doing this instead. And so hopefully I can do
It's interesting
something.
as well because, and it's something that I've done before, is I've discounted the idea of voice acting for radio, which obviously you guys know a lot about, but it's something I always sort of put to the wayside because before there was any kind of cartoons, there was radio and stuff and radio plays, and I wouldn't mind getting involved in something like that. In fact, right now I'm working on something with I can't really say who or what I'm working on, but it's with some professional people who are actually in the industry, and we're doing something which is very much audio based, and it's not actually a cartoon or anything like that. It's just an audio thing. So I'm quite excited about that, and that's probably the closest I'll come to genuine professional voice acting. Who knows?
Well, we'll see. I mean, if you really, really like it or if it takes off, you never know what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new year.
It is, and I'm very much looking forward to what happens this year.
Now, obviously, last time we talked, or last time we had an official interview on air, we talked about something great, about you guys winning the Mashable Awards, but this time we actually get to talk about something that's not as great, which is your YouTube being banned
Yes.
again.
Yes, that's a very sore subject. Thank you for prodding it like that. No, I'm joking, it's fine.
Can you shed any light on it?
I can shed as much light as I can because with YouTube it's always very difficult to get the answers that you need because the rules are set up so that the people who make the videos probably know the least about why they're taken down. But from what I can gather, it's a Japanese company that has seen the footage that I've used and has taken one of the recent videos down that I made, the deleted scenes montage specifically, and because I had 2 copyright claims on my videos before. Having 3 means that the whole channel goes down without question. But fortunately, thanks to YouTube's new rules, there's actually a good chance that I'll be getting the account back within a couple of weeks. Cross fingers, who knows? But really, to settle to settle a dispute that's kind of going on in the fans. 4Kids had absolutely nothing to do with the account going down. I can't say specifically anything, but I know for a fact that 4Kids had nothing to do with any of the negative stuff that has happened to me recently.
Right, and you don't want, any negative stuff to happen to them due to,
Well, I don't want any negative stuff to happen to anybody, really. I just really want to get the channel back.
I understand. I mean, if you're doing a counterclaim, it's, what is it, 10 to 14 days, I think?
I think that's the least amount of time you have to wait.
Yeah, we've had to do several. We've been banned 7 times from YouTube. Ching.
Why? What have you uploaded?
Oh, we upload our new show, iStock, where we
Did they take that down?
They take it down every single time.
Okay.
We're going to episode 500 soon, but hopefully when we, fix it, they might stop. Maybe.
Surely that's your content, though. I mean, what are they taking it down for?
Well, we use clips from like anime and background incidental clips, like, oh, we're talking about so and so anime, so we use a clip of it from the opening or the trailer or something, and even though it's
stuff that the public sees all the time,
Yeah, even though it's educational, they're just like, nope. But
you're promoting the work of other people, you're not stealing it.
Right. And I think the YouTube's actual system, they barely have really people who go through it. It's kind of just it matches up the footage or something.
It's a bunch of machines.
Oh boy. I love machines. They're going to rule the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I am curious, though, because you've gone to so many conventions in 2010, and right. I'm wondering, are you going to be going to as many in 2011?
Not in a million years. I couldn't possibly do that again, and and it's not because I didn't enjoy it, and it's not because I didn't enjoy spending time with the people I met. But it's simply a case of I can't feasibly do it and stay not homeless,
Right.
It's a case of financial problems, and it's a case of, trying to be realistic. And I am going to go to conventions, but it's going to have to be a fraction of the number I went to last year. I'm going to a couple of local ones. I'm going to an Australian convention, at least one of those, and I'm probably going to Youmacon again. I don't know if I'll be going to Anime Vegas again, but if I am, I hope to see you guys. I really don't know. I'm going to Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. Of course, I can't not mention Comic-Con. So obviously I'm going back to that because I figured that was one that I could let slip through because, first of all, I really enjoyed myself there. And the people there were really nice, and they kept in touch with me after I went to the convention. And that's in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, by the way. And it's a really good convention, and it's free entry, and it's 2 days. So I thought, that's as harmless as you can get.
Right, and I understand. And I mean, between, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series and the convention circuit, and then also, whatever your day or night job is, it's kind of like there's so much on your plate that you kind of need a break. Would you say that's correct? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't want to say that I'm like I have the most difficult job in the world with what I do or anything, but I can't fly across the ocean 20 times a year. Every year, I just can't do it.
Well, also, most jobs usually don't let you have that much vacation time.
Right.
Oh, I wish. That'd be nice. And now, do you have anything for the fans anything big you have planned for 2011, or any goals by the end of the year besides, just writing or referring to the abridging?
Goals, I don't know. I really want to make more episodes than I did last year. I want to really sit down and get to the end of the season that I'm on right now, because I honestly feel kind of bad that I did maybe 5 episodes last year. I don't know how many I did, but I did a lot less than I wanted to, and I feel like I let everybody down. But I'm proud of the fact that we got to episode 50, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's I never really expected to get this far and still have people caring about it, So I feel like there's a huge amount of support there for me.
Well, I can definitely say by our numbers, they still care.
But as far as big projects go, I do have some ideas, and I've tried sitting down and editing a few things. I was going to do a special one-shot abridged thing, which I don't want to say what it is because I might go back and do it a different way, but I tried doing something that involved a lot of different abridgers and different voice actors and different people from the internet and tried cramming it all together into one video, into one project. And it was terrible. I really didn't like it in the end. I felt so bad because, you know, I had asked for, I'd written the script and I'd gotten lots of different people to help me with it. I mean, I was mostly just the editor for it. I didn't do much voice work for it. But I looked at it and I just thought, this really isn't very good. And if I released it in this shape, then people would be really, you know, would be like, well, you're doing this instead of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. What's the point? I don't know. I mean, that's how I felt. But I'm probably going to do a special. I don't want to. I can't say
you don't
too much
say.
because
I understand.
It's not that I don't want to say. It's that if I do say, then people will get their hopes up, and I never ever am able to match people's expectations. But I do have this special short OVA of sorts that I want to work on, and that's as much as information I can give out. But I'm working on it with a few people, and hopefully that will be amazing because the ideas I've had for it are really good. But if I can actually match the ideas with what the end product, I don't know. Well, I feel really bad that I'm giving you all this information that isn't really information.
Oh no, it's fine because it gets people wondering, like, ooh, what could it be? Though I do think it's kind of interesting to hear, you know, you working on a project and then looking back and not seeing it to where you wanted it to be and being able to actually look at that. Because there's so many people who get so wrapped up in their work and they're like, this is amazing. And they never have that, you know, ability to pull back. And so I think that's really neat.
I'd really like to do I mean, obviously, one thing that I'll end up doing is the 10th anniversary movie is coming out. And I'd like to do something with that. But also, when the 10th anniversary movie, the Yu-Gi-Oh! 10th anniversary movie comes out in the United States in theaters, I'd really like to spend, obviously it would end up being a bit of a considerable amount, but I would really like to spend money to book out a screening and give tickets away to fans of either Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and go there and just have it be like a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Celebration and just have people get together and in costume or whatever, and just have it be kind of like a mini convention, and then maybe afterwards we could all go and have a meal or something. There might be like a few hundred of us, I don't know. But yeah, I think it would be pretty cool to do something along those lines with the Yu-Gi-Oh! 10th anniversary movie, because that's a big deal, because I think that's probably, honestly, the last time anything Yu-Gi-Oh! Related is going to come out in cinemas.
Oh wow, that's actually really neat. Well, hopefully you can party hardy with all your fans.
Hopefully.
And now we're actually going to take a very short break, so you want to keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan. We'll be back with our special guest and a masked Avenger. I guess I'm going to call him that. So keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan.
Oh, golly, I'm bored.
Have you considered listening to some music, Mr. Ooze, sir?
It's time to pay the piper.
As fun as destroying the command center may be, sir, might I suggest 918 The Fan? Lots of amusing teen DJs and the like.
A teenager with a big mouth. Not much has changed in 6,000 years.
I believe, sir, that they also have a number of celebrity guests from the anime field in for interviews.
Woo! Where's my autograph book?
That's the spirit, sir. 918thefan.com. As the kids say, check it out.
Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. We still have LittleKuriboh here. He has not withered away and become a zombie, or it's not eating anybody's flesh. Okay, maybe he is. But I will say that we also have somebody else on. Would you like to introduce yourself?
No, not really.
No? Okay. Well, Jay.
I'm on for the fourth time. Hi, everybody. It's Curb again. I'm sure you're sick of me, all of the 918 The Fan listeners. But I just could not help but crash Martin's interview, as I often do. Because every time it's humanly possible for me to ruin one of his podcast interviews, I will do it. So here I am.
Well, both of you haven't been on in quite a while, so when you think about it, it's kind of like, oh, we're seeing new.
Yes, but see, I hold a record because I've been on the show for like 3 or 4 times now. Right? You're probably sick of me, Jackie. I'm so sorry.
No, actually, I think Crows is beating you because now he has his own DJ show.
Oh my! Oh, what on the podcast itself? I was not aware of this.
Yes, he does.
He didn't tell you?
No. Oh, he doesn't tell me anything. What, are you kidding me? He doesn't tell me anything. I haven't talked to the guy in like forever. But yes, I'm very very happy to be back on again, and I'm sitting in my girlfriend's room in Canada right now on vacation, but
it's slightly more masculine than your room.
Yeah, only slightly.
I'm
sitting next to Sonic and Zelda and Cinderella posters and other things. Yeah, that's her in the background.
Well, you guys obviously work together. For those who don't know how or why, could you guys explain?
Because we're clearly gay lovers for each other, and but although everybody knows that, you know.
Yes, yes.
True.
Let's feed that fire curve. Let's do that.
Yep, absolutely. No, dude, you should see the fan art on DV. Oh, it's amazing. Anyway, well, first of all, Martin was nice enough to cast me as various characters in his projects, as I'm happy to be involved with, and most people know I play Noah on the third season currently of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bros, as well as some other little random characters. And I'm also kind of one of his go-to of a selection I'm noticing now of animators and artists that help with certain projects that involve some sort of graphic design or animation. Obviously, I did the Leather Pants music video, which was a huge hit. It's got like 2 or 3 million views on YouTube now.
It's your highest rated video on Newgrounds.
On Newgrounds too, really? Oh, okay, wow. I wasn't...
Yeah, your highest rated, not highest viewed.
We actually just played that.
Oh, did you? Oh, great. I'm
did
very
you play
glad.
The remix?
We actually can't have the remix on specifically because it still has vocals from the original song.
Oh, that's right. And also the the Better Off Alone. I haven't heard that song.
That's what she means.
Yeah.
So I did Leather Pants. We just recently did the constantly title changing Naruto video, which was hilarious. And a few other things. So yeah, and then as far as Martin, well, if you want to take this, since I'm describing what I did for you, what about what you did for me?
Oh, I have. What have I? I've done a few voices for your Flash animations, like for example in the recent Nintendo to the 64th Power collab that has a lot of different Nintendo video games represented in cartoon form, and I played Dr. Stewart from the F-Zero cartoon / game. I don't know.
Yes. I
did him. Yeah. I did him as Dan Green because apparently Dan Green did his voice in the cartoon.
Yes.
And
I'm so clever like that as to cast you as that character.
I played also the guy Waluigi. I played Waluigi, which was basically Marek.
Yep.
Because Marek either sounds like Waluigi or he sounds like an angry duck.
Yes.
Is it bad that I pictured like an evil Donald Duck right there?
I picture a Farfetch'd.
Oh god, no, I can't even say that. Martin was nice enough to be a special guest on that project as a few different characters. Oh, you did somebody else too, right? You did
I did the guy at the end for Mischief Makers, the two twin guys or whatever.
Yes.
And I also did a voice for your Parody Rangers movie.
Yes, Martin, this was a very ridiculous ongoing inside joke about, in one of his videos, he made a joke about Dan Green supposedly being one of the Ivan Ooze henchmen in the Power Rangers movie, which he wasn't, but I at the time was like, I'm writing the Parody Rangers movie, and here's the henchmen. And I know, I'll have one of them be Dan Green. He'll have the Yu-Gi-Oh hair, and Martin can voice him just doing that voice because I'm just so clever. Like, hey, I'm gonna have you do the Dan Green voice, the Dan Green voice. Hey, Martin, the Dan Green voice, Dan Green voice, Dan Green, Dan Green. So yeah,
I see.
That's what we do. That's what we do with each other and stuff.
Sounds like a very nice work relationship there, or just a fun relationship in general.
Keep saying relationship.
I do. Yeah. Relationship.
Our friend Kira Pop on DeviantArt is I'm sure very happy about all this mention of our relationship. You can look that up on DeviantArt. Look all that stuff up.
I'm afraid to. I'm just gonna point.
No, Jackie, don't be afraid. It's okay. It's okay. I'm petting you through the Skype thing right now. You can't see it, but
I think my fanboys are gonna be scared of you from now on.
you got a horde. Well, after a whole year, you must have a horde now. Seriously.
I have a
Yay.
fan club. No, it just feeds
do you?
my ego, and I just call them prinnies.
Wait, do you have like a Facebook fan page for like Jackie D?
We have a fan group on the 918 forums where people make their own groups and everything. So
Why do you call them prinnies?
I call them prinnies because they're my minions and I'm very violent towards them.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, and you like the Persona? They're from Persona, right?
No, they're not from Persona. Get out of the Skype chat, Curb.
I am bad about the video games. I only played the Marios and the Pokemons. Oh my god.
Oh, sad
My
face.
girlfriend is hitting me right now for not knowing what the prinnies are from.
Hit him harder!
Oh god. Next question or something. I don't even know.
So I'm curious, you guys actually got to go to a lot of conventions together, but for actually kind of different reasons.
Yeah. Well, sort of. We definitely did a lot of conventions together. I would say a lot of them I tried to go out of my way to go to specifically because they would be the only chance I get really to see Martin and hang out with them. But yeah, pretty much since the year has started, we've gone to. Let's see, there was
MagFest, yeah.
It started with MagFest, which I'm going back to in another week or so.
I'm jealous. I can't go. It's too fun.
I can't go either.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm the only person from like the original group we hung out with at that convention that's able to go back, but I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. MagFest. What else did we do? Help me out. Anime Milwaukee, which is one that I was able to go to as a guest just after my episodes on Pokemon had premiered. What else?
Anime Evolution, didn't you guys?
Anime Evolution. Yeah, there was Otakon before that, which we weren't guests at, but we hung out at that one. Otakon. No, you went to Anime Next, right, Martin? Did you?
Yes.
Yes, Anime Next, Otakon, Anime Evolution, then Youmacon, and I think that was it. So about 5 or 6 through the whole year, and it was quite a blast. I really enjoyed it. Although, to echo Martin's sentiment earlier, I think I'm definitely going to be holding back on the amount of conventions I go to. Maybe with the exception, stuff like MagFest and like local stuff like New York Comic Con and whatever else, I can do that. But flying out to different places throughout the country is kind of pricey, and Yeah, but we want to go back to Canada. We want to go back to Anime Evolution because it's here in Vancouver, which is where I'm in right now.
It would be nice.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was done.
I was just going to say, I have a slight feeling that I'm going to have the same attitude as you guys do within the next year. I'll be like, I don't want to go to conventions anymore. My feet hurt. I'm alone in someplace strange like New Hampshire.
That's different weird states that no one's ever heard of. No, that's not true.
Actually, I got to travel. I think it was the farthest I had ever traveled anywhere in October. I went to another anime convention who had us as guests, and Kips was there, Christmas was there, and I was there, and I got to fly to a place that had trees.
Oh my god.
It was amazing.
They're beautiful.
It's actually snowing here right now in the desert.
It's awesome. I want to see what a snowy desert looks like. Take a picture of that.
I can, actually.
By the way, Jackie, I should say, before I forget, because I'm not sure how long this is even going for, but you were one of my saviors over this past summer of 2010, because when you guys were in a huge spurt of just like every day there would be a new interview with all these different people from the anime industry. I was listening to those during work. I worked, for a few hours, a few days a week at this computer software company. I did animation and graphics for them. And I was just totally like, oh god, I ran out of podcast to listen to. I'm like, oh, 918 The Fan. Oh, all these awesome interviews, and I watched you grow from a little seed all the way up to one of those beautiful trees that you've never seen before as you continue to interview all these people, and I really enjoyed them. And also thank you for letting me pop in uninvited to the Megan Hollingsted episode, which some people have probably blocked out of their minds. But yeah, they were great interviews. I was completely taken aback by all these people you managed to get, and you did a very, very good job. So I'm proud of you.
Aw, thank you. Well, if it makes you feel better, we have all of January booked, and not just with LittleKuriboh and Team 4-Star. No offense to you guys.
Yes, I've noticed. No, that's no. We take plenty of offense because we're nothings. We're nobody blips on the screen compared to the other people. But no, that's not true.
We don't. We don't really. I don't know.
You don't.
No.
No, you don't know. He doesn't even know.
Not at all. Nope.
Nope. But no, that's cool. I'm glad, and I'll definitely be tuning in again as you have more interviews. So
it was if you don't mind me sort of reminiscing myself, it was a very interesting year for me as well, because while I do all these interviews, and this is kind of turning into a round table.
That's fine, because
right
this is like a celebration of what you guys have accomplished.
Absolutely.
It was really cool for me because I got to grow a little bit as a person as well, because I've never really been able to talk to so many people that I admired, or that I thought, oh, wouldn't it be so cool to talk to them and not slip up and not be all fangirly. And I was able to talk to people that personally I fangasmed for the past 9 years, like David Hayter, that was amazing, or Scott Simpson, who was in one of the first animes I ever owned. Things like that, they're just remarkable things to me that I can say that I've been able to do in my life, and I continue to work at. So I really love 91.8 The Fan, and I think I kind of have the same, love for it as sort of LittleKuriboh has for, bridging.
I wish I could talk to famous voice actors and when I say that, I don't mean that I wish I was in the position to. I wish I could actually talk to them without climbing up, because I can't do that.
Yeah, I thought 1,000 times that I would do that. I've had terrible, if anybody goes back and listens to some of our first interviews, I think they're horrible now. I'm just like,
Well, you know what? I mean, that's kind of just the stage that you were at the time. Like you were saying before about when you were younger, you had, probably the sweep with the age of everybody loves Vic Mignogna and Scott McNeil and whoever else at every convention. They're like, oh, now I want to be a voice actor. You managed to kind of get through that phase and move on. And then obviously as you progressed in doing all these interviews and everything, I mean, by the time you did the ones over the summer that I was listening to at work all the time, you were on your game. You're on your game for each one. So I was quite impressed, I must say.
Oh, I appreciate that, guys. And I appreciate it that, both of you guys are here and are willing to talk about your experiences. And essentially, I'm just excited due to the fact that you guys haven't forgotten 91.8 The Fan. You're not
Never.
Nope. I think that's really cool.
One of my favorite interviews that you guys did was, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but was with the lady who does the voice of Morrigan in Dragon Age, and is it Zoe in Uncharted? I can't remember. But,
Claudia Black?
Claudia Black. And it was a really laid-back interview, and she sounded like she was like, I don't know, there was something about the quality of her voice that made it sound like she was just sitting in a really comfy chair, by a fire, and she was just sipping coffee and just chatting with you guys. It was just a really cute interview, and I don't hear that kind of thing everywhere,
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, you hear a lot of interviews that are very we're hard pressed and we want all the facts, but it's we're cool. We want to chill. We want to party. We don't want to, hound people.
And I think they could tell that too. They were just very laid back with you and straightforward. I think the only exception, I won't say who the person was, but not 918.
It was me, wasn't it?
No, not you. No, 918 boy, the fan. That person who you remember who I'm talking about, Jackie?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And what's funny is that I tried to get him for a podcast that I was on for a little while this past year. And he was like, no, only if you pay me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then oh, they got him for 918 The Fan that I listened to. I was like, wow, what a jerk. Yeah.
It was Taka, wasn't it?
No, Taka. No. But yes, but you still handled yourself well. Even though I'm sure I would have been gritting my teeth, I'm going to kill you. Oh my god, for the whole one.
I have had bad interviews. I won't name any names because
no, of course not.
It could be my fault. It could be their fault. I could just not be having a good day. They could not be having a good day. To create sort of that spark, it's just it's both of you have to kind of be in the right energy and the right, hey, how you doing?
Well, I think for the one that I'm talking about, you had nothing to do with that. I think he was just being a loser. But no, the rest of them you did very well, and they were all completely into it. I could tell they were just very straightforward and really laid back with all their answers and everything. So I enjoyed those.
I also liked the interview you did with the guy who did the voice, who played and did the voice, I guess, of Scott Shelby from Heavy Rain.
Oh, Sam Douglas.
Sam Douglas, because it was very brave of you. I know this is a spoiler, but I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah,
but,
it's about time to break spoilers now.
yeah. It was very brave of you to actually interview the Origami Killer.
Yeah, I was so excited about that, honestly, because we tried to contact all the people about Heavy Rain, and he was the one who answered the call, and it was, it was so great, and I had to really skid around spoilers at the time because the game had only been out for, a month, and once that spoilers, released out there, the game's ruined for you.
Right.
But I really enjoyed that one too. He had a lot to talk about.
He was really into it.
And we're getting so distracted and away from the initial thing that we came here for.
No, this is an interview about you. It's about you. Jackie, what are you doing to further your career in radio? What else are you doing with your life? We want to know. Tell us. Please tell
We're
us.
both very Jewish and we're very
Yes,
interested.
indeed. Oh, I heard some kids were bullying you, Martin.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
What if
You
I
were
was
walking,
a giraffe?
And you were going home, and you said if you could just make enough
Oh,
people
my
laugh.
God. 91.8 The Fan is the greatest thing. It is the very thing that caused my voice to sound like this, and that is why I have gotten so much voice work since then.
You heard it right here from Tetsu Ushio.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's gonna turn into a promo. Just watch.
You know what? While we're
now-
on that
Now
subject.
challenging you to a fight with my voice, Kerbifer. Come on.
Well, I was going to say because I was making making fun of your beautiful backstory. we
Backstory.
we were talking about
It was like it was a song of the South, the Black Story.
Wow. Okay, I think we're pushing the barrier a little bit. No, I was going to say it regarding
Yeah, Disney references. That's really pushing it back.
I'm trying to be emotional, Martin. God damn it. Excuse me. But
It's difficult to be emotional when you have someone talking over you like this.
Yes.
Zippity-doo-dah,
zippity,
zippity-hey.
hey.
My, oh my, what a
It's
wonderful
day.
day for 91 Point Fan.
Wow. When we get home, I'm going to murder you.
I want to go to Disneyland now.
And I want to go to Disney World because Disney World's better.
Disneyland's closer. Jeez.
Anyway.
And I don't drive.
But regarding looking back on the year, because we were talking about a lot of the things that had happened in 2010, Martin had recently posted on his live journal, which he still uses, by the way,
Yes.
about
He's in touch with his feelings. Leave him alone.
I had a live journal once. He was talking about a very nice experience that I don't think any of us will forget at the very tail end of Youmacon, which was I'm sure you guys have probably seen the video. There's like 15 different angles of it, but we had a very emotional moments where Martin was telling a story about his terrible secret past, and then there were some tears and there was lots and lots of hugging, and then we watched the season 0 premiere, which was hilarious, and then we sang and we screwed up an amazing song, but that was amazing anyway, so whatever. And yeah, that was definitely like a highlight of 2011. Yeah, because it's in the future. A highlight of 2010 was being on stage for that at Youmacon, and just that whole experience of that last half of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged panel. And Martin, thank you for letting me be a part of it. And it's funny though, because he was saying that apparently he was about to list off like all these very nice things to me and Crows and everybody from TFS and everything that were up on there, and say all these nice things, and it got interrupted by tears and hugging and clapping and watching videos and etc.
So annoying.
No, and I was curious. I'm like, I wonder what he would have said. Cub, you, moving on. Scott, you...
Would you like to tell him what you were going to say?
Yes.
I don't know. I was probably going to wing it. I hadn't planned the panel as well as I thought I was going to. I probably would have just said it's been great just keeping in touch with him and having somebody as passionate as he is and having a friend as good as he is the whole time. Because, I mean, we've been through a lot, and it's just really cool to have the guy around, you know?
Yeah, 2010's been a pretty insane year. A lot of stuff has happened, and Martin and I started talking a few years ago, and And I didn't even think in 1,000 years that we'd end up being like this close with each other and hanging out on so many weekends and making each other die laughing in hotel rooms at 1 o'clock in the morning, making jokes with stupid voices and all this. And I'm like, wow, I'm actually doing this. So it was.
Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. Dude.
Oh my god,
dude.
So Martin, on public radio on 918 The Fan, I'm saying thank you and I love you, man. You are awesome.
I love you too, Cub.
You are my friend.
You are my friend. This has been a prestigious podcast. I hope that you all come to Comic-Con 2011 because I'm going to be there.
No, you're done. You're done. I hope that you watch my horrible Flash movie that is on www.newgrounds.com. It is only on Newgrounds because YouTube has been polluted by dinosaurs.
I will say though that it's nice that you guys have a support system and sort of like a family, even though most of the time it's on the internet and whatnot, and it kind of shows that even though all of us are behind computers, we can still make connections with people.
Totally. I mean, people totally underestimate the whole internet friendship thing. I mean, I honestly would rate a lot of the people I've met through the internet as some of my best friends. There's no other way to say it. I don't know.
I mean, I know exactly what you're saying. I talk with the staff every day, and through 2010 we had some bad apples leave, and we had, drama and things like that, and things I'm technically not allowed to talk about, and all that fun stuff. And you have the people that continue to stay around, and the people that you just, it's kind of weird not talking to them day after day, and it's you can depend on them, and even though like you're not physically like in the same place or anything, you can, if you're upset, they can still comfort you, and that's, I think, one of the things that have made, definitely made 91.8 The Fan possible, and has probably made a lot of your projects possible as well.
Yes.
Well, Jackie, you and Christmas 44, who is on mute right now, and all the rest of the staff, you were part of our family too, and we love you. Love 9B1, 9.18 The Fan, 981,
91.8
the boy
fan.
If I could do that voice, I would say it's time for a group hug, but I can't.
Oh, we'll say it for you.
Group hug.
Group hug.
It's time to group hug.
Wow.
Watch where you put your hands, buddy. No.
This is getting really
I was
gross
trying
now.
to touch Kaib.
That is my place. I can't say on 91.8 The Fan.
I touched you on your 91.8 boy fan.
Oh my god. I'm sure everybody's like, I'm not even listening to this anymore. I'm done. These guys are idiots.
Actually, we keep going up in listeners. So.
This is amazing.
That's crazy. I should probably say, can I still talk about stuff I'm doing?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I'm also, one other project kind of that I'm working on is, I don't know how much you guys know about Let's Plays online.
Of course, yes.
There's people online who actually play video games, and they kind of talk, they record themselves doing it, and they talk while they're playing the video games. And I've got this other channel called Obey My Rod, which is kind of Marek's YouTube channel in a sense, and he's currently playing a video game called Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which is an old game based on the Half-Life 2 engine, which came out around the same time as Half-Life 2, and it's basically Marek in character playing a video game, and I really enjoyed just recording that because it felt like doing MST3K to me, and I was a huge fan of MST3K back in the day, Mr. Science 33000, and doing that, it was a completely different way of writing, and it's kind of opened my mind as to different points of view of writing and stuff, because I had this very formulaic way of writing Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and I feel it's become very stale, so I don't know, but hopefully it'll have a positive effect on that. But yeah, I'm doing Let's Plays in character on the Obey My Rod channel, and I think they're very funny, and they seem to have gone over very well, so.
I love them. I
you seen them?
actually, yes, I played the game before, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. and luckily it's nothing like Twilight, thank God.
I'm very excited because the next part of the game is probably the game's most infamous sequence, which is where you go to this haunted hotel and all kinds of crazy stuff happens. There's absolutely no combat, and there's no other characters in the hotel, but it's one of the most frightening sequences in a video game I've ever played. It's really just... and hearing Marek's reaction to all that stuff, I think, will be hilarious.
I think it's actually really funny when the Bakura character makes fun of him in the background.
Yes, I wanted to do one for Christmas where Bakura was playing something and Marek was in the background, but I didn't get around to it.
It's been funny to see these
about?
because... sorry.
Oh, I apologize.
No, go ahead.
I actually recorded a playthrough of a very old Commodore 64 game, which was it was actually literally called the official Father Christmas game, and it was basically involved Father Christmas, or Santa Claus as you would call him, running around in his grotto in the North Pole, trying to put together his sleigh. Now, why he broke his sleigh to pieces after last year's Christmas, we don't know. And every time you pick up a piece of the sleigh, these elves are running around, and if they touch you, then you lose that piece of the sleigh. So I don't know, are they rebelling against Santa Claus or something? I don't know, but you put together all the pieces of the sleigh, and you have to catch all these toys that are falling from the ceiling, and then you fly into the sky, and there's like a 10-minute sequence that's much longer than any other parts of the game, which just has Santa Claus flying over different parts of the world, dropping presents into like various chimneys and stuff. But it was going to be Bakura playing it, and it was going to be Marek reminiscing. In the background, Marek would be talking about different Christmases that they'd had together and like memories of Christmas with Bakura and stuff. It would have been lots
so many together.
Well, I've been making the show for 5 years.
That's true.
I hope this doesn't offend you because you might not like Family Guy, but those two characters, like the way you've made them, kind of like reminds me of the dynamic between Brian and Stewie from Family Guy.
Yeah, so.
Which are like two of my favorite characters from that series. And
I agree. I didn't think about that before. That actually really makes sense.
It just came to my mind.
That American Bakura.
I don't know. I mean, I can kind of see it because one of them's no, they're both evil. But I think Marek is way dumber than either Stewie or Brian.
That's true.
I don't know.
It's just the dynamic between the duo is mostly
yeah.
Not the actual characters themselves.
It's been funny to see the game playthroughs though, because for the past year I've been joking to Martin about, oh my god, if we get the chance, we should like play through a video game or watch like Yu-Gi-Oh the movie or something and like do some commentary track, which we still haven't gotten the chance to, unfortunately, because we've been so busy going to all these conventions. But seeing the American Bakura, the different character ones, like there's so much like possibility with that you could do one like any game with any character and just make something new and interesting and funny out of it. Like you could do one with Irika for like the sensei guy from Naruto or something somehow. Oh my god. Wow. So
I really want to do sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, how long have we been going for? I don't even know how much time we have left.
45 minutes.
We can go longer or shorter depending on how much you guys want to talk. I'm all for it.
So long as you don't run out of recording space or whatever.
I don't think that's possible for another 16 hours.
Okay, well we can go for that long.
What were you going to say?
What about you, Curb? Do you think we can go for 16 hours?
I think I could totally go for 16 hours, but my girlfriend would probably kill me. Although she could probably end up beating Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, which she's playing right now next to me. Oh my god.
I'm not sure what she said.
She just said
what did she say?
She said, I'm finding treasure chests. That's my impression of Audrey. No, it's not.
Then she comes by and hits you again.
Yep. And 3, 2, 1. No, she didn't hit me. Wow, surprisingly.
Did she finish Majora's Mask?
No, we were playing through. Yeah, my girlfriend was introducing me to Majora's Mask earlier, which I've not played and I've wanted to for a long time. And we played through all the preliminary stuff. But yeah, she's beaten it like 1,000 times. So she's like, I want to show it to you. Let's play it. And I'm like, okay. So we're playing lots of video games, and I'm making her watch Dragon Ball Kai and all this other crap. And we haven't watched any Inazuma 11 yet, which
That's
is
crazy.
surprising. Yes, I know, it's insane.
I'll be
But,
honest, everybody makes fun of me for not playing any Zelda games. I've only played the Game Boy ones, the past and the future one, or the present one.
what is Oracle
Link's
of
Awakening?
Ages?
I can't remember now. Now I have to go look, but
Is it the one with the two different versions?
yeah, there's two different versions. There's
Yeah,
the red one
yeah.
and the blue one, and
That's Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I think is that one.
I've only played that one, but I have an original like Link to the Past on my SNES, and
cool.
I if you guys ever get a chance to talk to Crows, because we're kind of in a feud, because I am a casual gamer for not playing any of the Zelda games. However, I told him to eat my ColecoVision, which is sitting right over there.
Oh my. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I've only ever I played the original one for NES. I beat Ocarina of Time. I've just played Majora's Mask now. I have Twilight Princess. I got up to the first dungeon and then didn't get the chance to beat the rest of it, unfortunately. But I'm not a hardcore Zelda guy. I like the games and I appreciate that they're pretty much landmarks in every Nintendo console generation. But I'm just not like a huge follower of them for some reason. Not sure why. But so don't feel
I
bad.
really like Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is like one of my favorite games ever, probably.
We did a skit in the Nintendo collab about Majora's Mask, which featured the moon as like this weird hybrid of the gay Jaws from Family Guy, speaking of which, and the moon from The Mighty Boosh, which I don't know if you've ever seen that, Jackie, but basically it got combined into Hey Down There, a little village. Only 3 days I'm gonna come on there and visit all you. Gonna have a tea party. It's gonna be lots of fun. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Now the people who are listening are scared.
Yep.
I don't blame them. Yep. So
I really liked Majora's Mask, though. I liked the way it used time, and I honestly haven't ever felt that kind of experience in a game since then. Just the idea that there's this world that's going on without you. I mean, it's replicated in the sense that lots of things are like procedural now. And you can have like a world that's literally like happening all around you, but nothing has ever felt like, wow, this stuff is actually happening and it's significant, and people's lives are changing every second and stuff. I've never really felt that with a game before.
I still have to applaud your taste in games, just because you're the only other person I know, like, I guess personally, who liked Heavy Rain.
Me?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you like Heavy Rain? I mean, I can understand.
Exactly.
I can understand. If, like, I mean, I just can't understand not liking it, because you got you into the game. You felt genuinely involved, and it was your game. It was your characters, and I can understand having issues with it not really being a game in a sense, but as an experience, I thought it was really, really good.
I know why, like, personally why Kibbs doesn't like it is because I was trying very hard to make sure the game wasn't spoiled for him, and I was talking with somebody in our virtual office, and that somebody didn't know I was trying to, like, not spoil him, and they said the killer's name. So It was kind of like, you can't have the same experience if you know who it is. But I really have not met anybody else who liked that game. They were just whatever, and I was like, what? I got so emotionally attached to that game.
Yeah, I was really emotionally into it, and I specifically avoided any kind of spoilers or any kind of like footage from the game. I'd seen like brief preview clips, and it was one of the reasons, honestly, that I bought a PS3 in the first place. But I when it got to the sequence, then I guess I can talk about this, because it was one of the things that's been featured prominently in all the in the marketing and everything. But the sequence where you have to cut off the tip of your finger, when I realized that was what was happening and that was what I had to do, and that the time was counting down, and I had to choose between doing it, how I was going to do it, or if I could just leave. And I just realized that there's been nothing ever in any other video game that felt like this. And I was in awe of the game at that point. The game had me, and I was just like, ah!
It's like the stress of it, knowing, because the first time you play, you want that perfect, game playthrough. And as a gamer, I think that's just kind of sort of programmed into our heads. And, you go through and you're like, what is the right choice? You're trying to decide, and it's just so hard, and you have to go through all the tools. I remember freaking out at that too, like, oh god, am I doing the right thing? What'd I do? I'm trying to figure it out, and I remember shaking. It was so good.
Right.
I got totally off topic. Sorry.
I also like...
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I was going to say, Jackie, have you, while we're connecting on different games that some people may or may not like, have you heard of something called Mischief Makers?
Indeed, I have. I own it.
Yeah, oh my god. Okay, good. Okay, I love that game to death, and I swear to God, I know like 3 people that have played it. It is one of my favorite games of all time, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to have get a segment for the collab I was working on. But yeah, that was another one where like I'm like, oh, this is so amazing, and I've never seen a game like this before, and now there's like a billion things because there's all these other games on the Wii specifically that have like the grabbing and shaking and throwing sort of edge to them. Like that's the whole point of it. But like Mischief Makers was doing that long before anybody really even thought of that. And I was very happy when I think it was at Youmacon, in fact, where I found a Japanese copy of it, and I shelled out and bought it, and now I own it forever, and I was very happy. And I can't play it because my N64 is defective, but yeah, but still I have it forever, and it's mine. I love it. I love Mischief Makers.
I love collecting. I'm horrible at game I have like 300 PlayStation 2 games, and I have my Atari, I have my Jaguar, I have my ColecoVision. I'm a terrible person.
I was a disgusting Pokemon collector back in the day, and I'm also a terrible person for all the money that my parents just threw down the toilet for all that stuff, and they'll never get back.
He was a disgusting Pokemon collector. Now he's just a disgusting person. Wait, I said that wrong.
Yeah. No, you said that pretty accurately. You're good.
But I am one of those rare breed of gamers who my favorite Final Fantasy game is Final Fantasy IX, and nobody agrees with me. Well, actually,
Sarah Lane does. One of our DJs.
I've met people that like 9. Yeah.
She loves 9, and she gets all mad when we talk about any of the other ones, like 10 or 7 or 8. So. I don't get mad.
Fine. I feel bad that like 9 has such a bad reputation when I thought it was a really, really genuinely fun and touching game in the end.
I like 9 too. I really like the character of Garnet personally, and I kind of spammed leveling up in that one section with like the what was it, the dragons who were like level 59 or something. I don't know why I remember that.
I don't know.
I will say though, to both of you guys, I've met more people that like 9 than I've met people that like 7, like genuinely. So, you're not alone.
But there's also a lot of hate on 10, and that's one of my favorites.
There's been a lot of backlash to 7 just because of how much they've kind of, I don't know if I can say it this way, but the way they've kind of hoard it out, I guess. But I'm one of those guys who ultimately, I don't think that the merchandising or the marketing of a certain thing should really affect the original product. For example, a lot of people are like, about certain movies, when they see them, they'll be like, well, I didn't like that movie because it was hyped up so much. And it's like, well, 10 or 20 years from now, when somebody goes back and watches that movie, they're not going to know how many commercials were playing.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, like, I haven't gotten to see Megamind, but I mean, like, a lot of, you were talking before about how everybody's like, oh my god, this movie sucks because Will Ferrell's in it, it's so hyped by DreamWorks and whatever. I'm like, yeah, but it's a good movie, and you should go see it, and stop worrying about that. I mean, it's the same thing with fandom, too. Like, oh, the fandom ruined this thing for me. I'm like, well, then stop getting into the fandom, stop listening, just enjoy it on its own for what it is, and don't worry about, the insert whatever fans ruining it for you. They always try
Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged ruined Yu-Gi-Oh! For me.
Like, in that case, I'm like, then don't watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, you morons.
Absolutely.
It's like, simple as that, but no, I'm gonna make an argument out of it, so. People just like to fight. We're all disgusting. We're all disgusting. We all just love to fight and angry. We like to angry.
I recently got into the hype because everybody said IMAX and 3D is like, you have to see movies in it, and I had a free movie ticket. Yeah, I know. I had a free movie ticket, so I went to go see Tron Legacy, which I loved, by the way, but I hated the 3D part. Oh god. Because half the movie isn't in 3D.
Can I just rant about 3D just for a few seconds?
Yes, please do.
Ready, go.
It's absolutely ridiculous that 3D is suddenly being this huge cash cow right now, and they're acting like it's the way that movies should be seen. I'm sorry, but I wear glasses, but having an extra pair of glasses over my glasses, even for a regular person who doesn't wear glasses, right? That's an issue. But having the picture dimmed by the way the glasses affect your eyes, it looks ridiculous. And 3D in general, it's really annoying that entire sequences in movies are constructed around 3D. And like I didn't see it much in Megamind when I saw that in 3D, but really there are like whole scenes in some animated films where characters are just throwing things at the screen. And I mean, freaking Monsters vs. Aliens opened with a scene of a guy with a ping pong bat thing, whatever it is. He was like hitting a ball into the screen. It's like this will look ridiculous without 3D.
Yeah,
you know, it's just
it's like wow,
it shouldn't
we get
get
it.
in the way
Yes,
of
thank you, DreamWorks.
it shouldn't get in the way of the way a film is constructed. I'm sorry.
Well, it's actually kind of funny because when I went to see Tron, the real life scenes, quote unquote, weren't filmed in 3D, and I had no idea. It was my first 3D experience. I'm wearing these glasses, and it just makes the movie darker. And to me, I already need my brightness all the way up. I'm not very good with like.
In fact, I think
things.
if I don't know if it had it in every version, but when I went to see Tron in just regular, I think it was IMAX 3D. They have a note where it says, some of these scenes in this movie are filmed in not 3D. This is how they were intended. Please ignore it. And I'm just like, why did you even need to mention that? Like, why does it matter?
I would have preferred they mentioned in my version. There was no mention of it whatsoever. So half the time I'm thinking, are these glasses working? Can I not see 3D? Like, can I physically not see 3D? Because all it is making it darker for me. So, I'm taking the glasses on and off the whole time, and finally they get into the grid, and I'm like, oh, look, 3D, and I still can't see what's going on if it's going by the screen too fast. My brain just can't process it.
Yeah, and I saw How to Train Your Dragon like 3 or 4 times in theaters. I've seen it in 3D, I've seen it in 2D, and I was just like, I don't even care. Like, and I love that movie to death, and I'm just like, whatever. Like, who even cares about, like, oh my god, look for this one shot where like so and so is close, it looks like it's near you. It's like, what? Like, that doesn't enhance these. Like, maybe I guess with stuff like, I've never seen Avatar, still haven't seen Avatar, but I know maybe with something like that where that's the point of the movie, I guess, is to like show off the technology pretty much, from what I've heard. But I mean, for anything else, it really is just a tacked on little gimmick. It does not affect, to me anyway, and it sounds like to you as well, Martin, the actual experience of the film. It's like, whatever. I don't know.
The only example I can think, and this isn't like, this is kind of off topic, I guess, but what have we said that isn't off topic at this point?
Yeah, right.
But here's the thing: I recently watched Galaxy Quest, which is one of the most rewatchable movies. I love that movie.
Never surrender.
That's right.
Love that
but
movie.
When it was released in theaters, what they did was they had it opens with an old school clip of the old Galaxy Quest show. And it's in the 4:3 ratio, which means that it's the same. The shape of the screen is the same as it would be on an old TV when you would have watched Galaxy Quest. Then it pulls out, and it's like regular widescreen, and it's at a convention center, and it's like, oh, the way you're looking at the movie has changed. It's suddenly become an actual movie, and it's the real world, and it's fun. It's fun, but then when Tim Allen's character gets on the spaceship and he sees the galaxy stretching out before him, they cut to a 16:9 ratio when there's a blackout, when the screen is totally black, and it has a completely subtle and almost unnoticeable effect on the viewer because the whole world has expanded, and it actually means something because his character has opened up and has actually realized that there's a much bigger thing happening here. And it's like little things like that can change a movie. 3D does absolutely nothing.
Yeah. The only people that seem to have mastered it, and we're still not even exactly sure how they made this technology, but with Nintendo's doing the 3DS, obviously, and you don't need glasses. They just have this strange projection where it works, and it looks like it does enhance the game itself from all the stuff that I've seen of the 3DS games that are coming out. I mean, that they figured it out. Of course, to leave it to Nintendo to figure out how to actually do it correctly and not make it into a gimmick.
I'm one of those people that I can't believe in it until I see it, especially not for $300.
Well, I'll say this much.
Is it
I know
$300?
People that are,
it's up there. $300 or $250 for a handheld?
It's pricey. It's pricey but it's not literally like the DSi or the DS Lite or whatever. It's literally, it is the next generation handheld system. It just has the DS name because it's like, what else are they going to do? A triple screen or whatever? So they just keep the DS part of it. But as far as the technology itself, it is the next generation console, just as like the DS came after the Game Boy Advance, basically.
Too thick for my blood.
But I'll say this much though, because I totally get where you're coming from. But I know many people personally that have been on the E3 show floor, and I got to play hands-on with the 3DS, and it's the real deal. So I'm fully confident.
Even
it's gonna be
even
something
if
else.
you don't care about the 3D aspect of the 3DS, you can turn that stuff off.
That's true. Yes, and there will be lots of really good games for it, regardless of the 3D engine anyway. Like
Animal Crossing for the 3DS.
Animal Crossing,
Woohoo!
I love
Icarus.
Animal Crossing.
and Star Fox.
Oh gosh, my first experience with Animal Crossing. I never owned a GameCube, which bad me, bad. But I went to a sleepover with two friends I used to know, and I'd never gotten to play a GameCube before. And I remember they passed out in the middle of the night while I was playing Donkey Konga and Animal
Donkey
Crossing.
Konga.
And
I am king at Donkey Konga.
I just
yeah.
remember when the girl's mom like came into the room because they went to sleep in another room, and she opened the door and you could tell she wasn't awake yet, and she saw me still awake, and she's just like, hi. It was so awkward.
Martin, we got to
Going back to Donkey Konga, yes, we have to, because like the first time I played that, I don't know what it is, but everybody is always really impressed by things I can do with my hands, and don't say that's what she said, but I like whenever people hear me typing over Skype, they're always like, "Are you typing that fast?" But like Donkey Konga, whenever it comes to the parts where you have to drum really fast, like on one specific part of the conga, like the first time I did that, like everybody in the room just sort of turned and looked, and I was like, "What?" And because my hands were going so fast with it, it's like my score went right up. It was crazy. But I love Donkey Konga, and I think the song choices they have on the UK version are completely different, because we have like, I don't know if you guys have tug thumping on that or whatever, but
I don't
No.
know. I was like 11 when I played it. I wish I could
We have
say.
like Happy Birthday and the Pokemon theme song and like Jungle Hijinks. That's all I remember.
I think we have Pokemon theme song on there. Yeah.
Okay, it's always got to be the first one, always.
Like,
Now that we've turned into bigger nerds, I think I might want to direct the conversation a little bit back onto the main
Yes,
topic.
let's do that. Hold on, but Martin had something to say. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Oh, I was
What do you want
I was
from me,
gonna
Martin?
start, I was just going to say I want to be the very best, the best there ever was.
Well, you are the best there
Jackie,
ever
get us back on the conversation before we
I
go
would-
off topic. Yeah.
I was just going to ask because, obviously you've explained all these projects and everything, and most of the people listening are fans, but just in case they're new or they want to know, what it is you're doing, where can we find your work?
My
Sure.
work.
No, go ahead.
Oh, my work can be located currently at www.yugiobridge.com, and there's a little video player on there. You can also, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, you guys know the deal. You can also go to www.sharkrobot.com for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge shirts and everything, the merchandise. And for Kurboh, where do we go for your stuff?
You can go to www.chrisniosi.com. That is ChrisNiosi.com. And I have all of my all the links to everything. My YouTube, my Newgrounds account, which is most of my stuff is Kurboh.15.whatever. But there's links to my DeviantArt, my Newgrounds account, my YouTube stuff. Everything is on there. I also have a blogspot, which is just Kurboh.blogspot.com. And yes, that's where you can see all my stuff.
But failing that, be sure to go to 91.8 Boy the Fan.
Hey, boy. The boy. I'm sorry. Where did he even hear boy? Because I heard that loud and clear. You said 91.8 the fan. How did he even get boy? How did that word even come up in his mind? Like, what is wrong with you? Oh!
We can talk about that a little bit more in depth after we're off air. But I will say, now that I've
My boy.
now that we've actually, me personally, I've gotten a Shark Robot shirt now because we have 91.8 the fan shirts. I can say that the quality is really nice. I love it.
Yay.
So good. So I implore all of you out there to buy Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged Series shirts because they're awesome.
Yes, they're awesome.
Oh, I gotta make lots of Ghost Sensei shirts and make lots of Ghost Sensei shirts.
Is there anything else you guys want to say to the listeners out there?
Yes, I would like to say www, and then biscuits, chips, fish and chips, bangers and mash,
Wow.
British.
Wow. Just no. I would like to say that once again, Jackie, thank you very much because you definitely helped keep my sanity in those long hours at Edgeware with your awesome interviews. I look forward to the ones you got coming up. And happy birthday to 91.8 the fan.
I'd also like to. Should I plug the conventions I'm going to?
Oh, yes, please do.
I'm going to, at the end of the month, from the 21st to the 23rd, I'm going to AkumaCon, which is my first ever Irish convention, which is in Galway. And you can go to www.akumacon, which is spelled AKUMAKON.com. And then in February, at the beginning of February, from the 5th to the 7th, I believe, there's London Anime Con, which is londonanimecon.com for all the information on that. And I'm going to be there with Masako X, X the Dark One from Dark Side Incorporated, and professional voice actress Marianne Miller, who is very
awesome.
She's very cool.
Yes,
and also, at the end of February, I'm going to Comic-Con, which you can go to. What's the website for that?
It's
Comic-Con.
on our website, actually.
Yes.
We're linking to it.
I think it's Comi-Con.
No, it's Comic-Con.net.
Okay. But that's a really great convention. It's free admission, and obviously members of 918 Boy the Fan are going to be there. And there's a few other. The Kyle Bear's going to be there. Who's the Power Ranger guy?
Johnny Young Bosch.
Johnny Young Bosch.
And Mika Solside.
Oh, Micah Solusad. Oh, by the way, Micah Solusad and Marianne Miller, who we've both talked about now, are both voices in a certain project that I'm working on right now that will be finished in May. And I don't know if it'll be online, but it's coming later, so look forward to that.
Ooh, fancy.
And also, yes, I might have talked about it briefly on the show prior, I don't know. But also, I will be going in 2 weeks, as I mentioned before, I will be going to MagFest in Virginia. I forget it's in 2 weekends, whatever that date is, I forget. But I will be there, as well as Mark Swint from, previously he was the engineer of the Big Ball Broadcast, which was Kyle Aber's podcast, and he is a voice in several of my cartoons. I'm going with him. I'll be there with a bunch of That Guy with the Glasses people, like Mars Girl and Chris Larios and Lord Cat, and Matt Mercer from There Will Be Brawl, and John St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem, will be there. It's going to be awesome. I really, really enjoyed going to that convention last year, and I'm very happy to be back. So, yes, that will be, and then probably going to go to some other conventions, mostly. If it's one like in New York, New Jersey, somewhere around that area, I'll probably be there. But yeah.
If you can only go to one music and gaming festival in 2011, make it MagFest 9.
Yes, indeed, MagFest.
I wish I could, but I don't have $400 for the plane ticket.
Damn it! Yeah. Everybody donate $400, and I want to the fans. I can go. Okay.
Wait, everybody donate $400? That she only needs one $400.
Everybody.
If they just become a fanatic, what they can do is they can hear the uncut interview, and it's only $20 for a year, and you get all the panels we go to.
$20 only. 20.
It's kind of a good deal.
Buy shares
Give me $20. Give me
shares in
$20.
stock.
All right, since we're going off track once again, I got to thank you guys for being here. It was so much fun, and this is a great way actually for me to essentially get back into the interview thing.
Well, actually, thank you very much, Kana, for letting us be on your show. Actually, I am very happy.
Well, actually, it's been a great thing that we've been actually doing, actually.
Actually, in relation to all of my comfort words, let's say them. But
anyway.
Yes, thank you guys, and I really appreciate it. And for everybody listening, I just wanted to let you know that we're going to have the interview up on the website within the next 3 days. So in case you want to replay this hilarity, which I assume you're going to want to, I know you do. I'm looking at you right now. I see you.
Hi.
Yes.
wait, Jackie. Do you want us to participate in a 91.8 the fan tradition?
I have bumps from both of you guys. What sort of?
We can do
one together.
You want to do one together?
Yes.
All right, then let's do a 91.8 the fan tradition. And for those of you who don't know what it is, we ask everybody who comes on the show if they would like to do a radio bump for us. And do you guys remember what the line is?
Yes, I do. So
we should do it as Kaiba and Noah.
Oh, okay. So how about?
Unless you want to do it as just us.
No. Noah's loud. Crap. I will try to do quiet Noah. I will attempt to do quiet Noah. And how about you start? Then I'll say what you do.
What's the line?
It's my name is, I do this, and you're tuned into 91.8 the fan.
Okay.
So how about you say? How about Kaiba says who he is and what he does? Then I'll say what I do and what my name is and what I do, and then we'll both say and you turn into, etc.
Well, we can't say it at the same time because there's going to be lag issues.
Crap.
You could say it right.
I'll say you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan, and then you can laugh.
No, I can't because then I'll wake up people. Can't do the laugh. Okay. Unfortunately, yeah.
Well, if you can't do Noah like you're supposed to, then we might as well just not do it.
Okay, that's true. Man, we're totally ruining the magic of this. All right, let's do it ourselves then. I'm sorry, Jackie.
It's fine. Cool. It's fine. You guys are awesome. Don't even think about it.
So it's, hi, I'm LittleKuriboh, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and then he says who he is, and then I say, and you're listening to 91.8 The Fan?
Yes.
And you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan?
Yes.
Okay.
How about you say just 91.8 and then I'll say The Fan?
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right, whenever you guys are ready.
Okay. Hi, I'm LittleKuriboh, and I'm the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
And I'm Korner, independent animator and artist.
And you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Wow.
Beep.
Wow. Way to drop the ball, Delaney. Way to drop the ball. Good Lord.
I'm sorry. Are you guys in trouble now?
No, we're okay. Don't worry. If we need to pay $10,000, we'll foot you the bill. No.
Oh my good Lord. Okay, how about we try that one more time?
Yeah.
One more time. All right, from the top.
Okay. Hi.
Can't even do it.
At least he's not doing the Tommy Wiseau one. He couldn't do that.
Okay, all right, let's try.
Okay. Hi, I'm LittleKuriboh, and I created Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
And I'm Korner. I'm an independent artist and animator.
And you're listening to 91.8
The Fan.
All right, yay!
Hey, wow.
We survived.
I can't believe I did that. I was yelling at you, Kev. I was telling you not to swear.
Man. Oh, man.
It's okay. We survived, and I gotta say thank you again. And this interview will be on the website.
You were awesome, all of you guys.
We love you, and make
Happy
sure
birthday,
to keep on
91.8 The Fan.
Make sure to keep on listening, because up next we have Martin LittleKuriboh's Brooklyn Rage. Perfect outro.
Yeah.